Hey everybody, welcome back. Boy, I'm excited about this one. All new in the lab, the ZOTEK ZT-980. Oh, cheapo time is about to begin. Big shout out to ZOTEK. Thanks so much for sending the ZT-980 in. Hot diggity dang, I'm telling you, I'm excited about this one, folks. This is one cool, cheapo multimeter that does a few things differently than any other multimeter you've probably ever seen. Brand new. Boy, this is going to be hot, hot, hot in the multimeter round. Hey, what do you get? Well, first of all, you get this pretty cool box. You've seen these type of boxes before. Other manufacturers do borrow the ZOTEK because they are an OEM brand. And pretty cool looking test leads. And of course, our thermocouple because you have cover. It does temperature. Also get a pretty funky little user manual. And this is all in English. Pretty verbose, nice type font, clear, even have some good graphics going on. Good job, ZOTEK. First impressions, well, yeah, you guessed it. This is a non-auto-ranging meter, non-auto-ranging. So manual meter for us manual ranging kind of folks. That's not a bad thing. It's good to have at least one manual in your multimeter lineup. At least that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Now this is a pretty heavy meter, has some oomph to it. I'm liking that. Have that rubberized boot, which does come off, I think. Yes, it does. Tilt stand, for my likings, probably a little on the thin side. It doesn't really go up all the way either. Well, actually, that's not, oh, it does. Wow, it does. In fact, it just cut. This week's shout out goes to the United Kingdom. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. One of those tilt stands that actually comes apart like so. So when you put it back together, just make sure you're doing it properly. And of course, look at that nice brass threaded insert over here. 3 AA batteries are what power this bad boy. Oh, I'm excited about this meter, I gotta tell you. Made in China, gives us a serial number. Oh yeah, this is fun. I'm gonna be so really looking top of the meter as well. We have a NCV area here, at least that's what ZOTEK is telling us. But it's good to see because, you know, sometimes you see people doing all sorts of weird and funny things with the meters, but ZOTEK tells us where that NCV is located, so good stuff. Flashlight as well over here, LED. Overall, first impressions, yummy. Test leads are nice and long. Don't have a branded name on them. I don't see the ZOTEK logo anywhere. Have the CE rating, Cat 3, where are we? Cat 3, 1000 volts, Cat 4, 600 volts. Pretty pointy as well. Oh, does that come off? Yeah, pointy, sharp. We'll see. Nice size, good size. I do prefer the larger size test leads, and these definitely fit that bill. Look at the shroud on these suckers. Holy moly cannoli, that thing is long. Whoa, telling you. Looks like a speakerphone, but that's probably a good thing. Let's see how it fits in the ZOTEK. And oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that ain't going anywhere. Take a closer look at the selector switch, starting at the midnight or off position. NCV, non-contact voltage. Millivolt mode, up to 600 millivolts. DC volts, up to 1000 volts. AC volts, up to 750 volts. Current mode, AC-DC, from 600 microamps to 20 amps. Temperature in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. Frequency. Continuity. Resistance, up to 60 megaohm. Capacitance, up to 60 millifarad. HFE or transistor mode. Top of the meter on the far left, we have our flashlight select switch as well. Rel mode. In the middle, we have our transistor tester interface. Beside that, we have our max min. Finally, on the far right, we have our hold, as well as the backlight. Bottom of the meter, we have high current 20 amp input. Beside that, we have our microamp / milliamp input, common or ground, and finally on the far right, we have our diode, continuity, temperature, voltage, resistance, frequency, and capacitance. Now, something kind of funky with this meter, and this is one of the unusual modes, is, check it out, That's right, it's a current alert LED. It doesn't matter what mode you're on in the current, whether it's 600 microamps, 20 amps, doesn't matter. That current light stays on, just letting you know that you have to put your test lead, positive test lead, in one of the two current jacks. Here's a good close look at that 6000 count true RMS display. Yeah, clear LCD technology. Yeah, nothing funky, no reverse EPTN, what have you. But I gotta say, up close and personal, this is a pretty good looking LCD display. And if you look, we do have a dual display as well at the top. Very nice. Now let's try that backlight. No bleeding whatsoever. The entire circumference of that display is completely illuminated. I'm going to just bring down the lights a little bit. Well, not much, but I gotta say it's super, super clear. One of the better looking backlights I've seen. It stays on for a minute, then it's off, but at least ZOTEK has given us 1 minute of illumination. Also, ZOTEK provided us with a nice bar graph, and as you can see here, good looking bar graph. Now, it's not the fastest bar graph. I've been playing with it a little while. It's definitely usable, it's doable, but it's not the fastest out there. Hey, you know, I like a good selector switch. I have mixed feelings on this ZOTEK. It's a little on the schmutzy side. Doesn't have that nice clickety-click, clackety-clack. And I have gotten lost between ranges, which is not a good thing on occasion. So, yeah, it's not the best. Starting off with our 5-volt DC precision voltage output. And look at that, 5.00. Oh yeah, beauty. 10.00 is what we want. 9.99 is what we're getting. Oh, so close. Oh, there we are. Oh, ZOTEK, you are teasing me. Good job. Already resistance is next. Here is a precision resistor. 102.3 kilo ohm is what we're looking at. And coming in is 102.4 on the Sanwa. I've got another LCR meter here, the UNI-T. Let's try that out. Coming in is 102.3 on the UNI-T. Alrighty, now let's try the ZOTEK. $102.2. Wow, awesome. Not bad for a cheapo. Oh, 102.3. Ah, beautiful. Love it. Next up here, a 0.5 ohm resistor. Now these can be really painful for some meters. Before we test it, let's see if we have any resistance on the test leads themselves. Look at that. Oh, very, very nice. So, looking good. Will we get our 0.5 reading? Let it settle for a second here. Oh yeah. Let's test that resistance speed. Sitting at 1 mega ohm. Spot on. Let's try 3 mega ohm. Oh yeah. 6 mega ohm. Oh, and of course, because we're... Oh, there we are. Well, it's not auto-ranging, so we got to move it a bit. And 6 mega ohm. There we are. Took a while. 100K. Looking good. 300K. Finally, the kilo ohm range. 1 kilo ohm. 3 kilo ohm. 6 kilo ohm. 10 kilo ohm. Yeah, so speed-wise, really nothing to worry about here. Looking good. Quick look at capacitance. Now, as you can see, we have a 60 millifarad setup here. Basically, you're in auto-ranging mode with a manual ranging meter at this point, so that's kind of cool. Here's a 10 millifarad, 10,000 microfarad capacitor. Let's see how this one does. It is thinking. And there we are, 9.5. So not the fastest out there. Here it's a 47 millifarad, 47,000 microfarad capacitor. Let's try this one out for size. So we're getting an output at the bottom. We're in millifarad mode now. There we are. So for a 47 millifarad, that wasn't too bad at all. Yeah. And in the smaller ranges, let's try a 3.3 microfarad. Coming as 2.9, finally a 10 nanofarad, spot on. This does temperature, and you don't need that thermocouple if you just want to hit passive temperature. Right now we're sitting at an ambient 20 degrees Celsius, 69 Fahrenheit in the lab, and you can actually reverse that. Or can you? No, you can't. I thought maybe you could switch it around. So you're going to get that Celsius as the main output all the time. Oh, I thought you could switch that. I'm really impressed with the quality of this meter. Has a really nice look to it, and it just feels good in the hands. This is definitely one of the better multimeters I've come across in 2022 already. Let's try diodes and LEDs, something kind of important for a lot of folks. Starting off with a standard diode. There's our forward voltage drop. Now we don't have that nice audible beep in diode mode. Over to the red LED, it is lit with a forward voltage drop. Same with the yellow. The green, no problemo. The blue and the white. Yeah, 5 for 5. No worries there. Output voltage in diode mode, a balmy 3.96, basically 4 volts. And by the way, this meter was sent to me by Charles Tooth. Wasn't working, it is now. And if you have a meter that's DOA or whatever, you want to see if it can get fixed. Maybe it means something to you, it's a special meter. Hey, send it my way. I'd love to try and fix it for you, free of charge, and I just might make a short review on it. This gives you a pretty good look at the sheer size of the ZOTEK ZT-980 compared to that HABOTEST H2118A. HABOTEST is a big meter, but not as big as that ZOTEK. Look at that difference. Even that selector switch, whoa, so much bigger on the ZOTEK. And that display, yep, same thing. Already, continuity's next. Stock default test leads. Boy, I'm excited for this continuity. Expecting big things from Mr. ZOTEK. Here we go. What the? Oh my God. That is low and slow. Latched. Do have a visual at the top, which is awesome, but oh my God, that's one of the worst continuities of the year. What's going on? I don't know. Probe masters to the rescue. Oh yeah. Oh my God, night and day. Latched. Fairly loud and much, much faster. Oh man, what a difference probe masters make. .3 decibels, maximum output volume in continuity. Yeah, it's not that loud. As we mentioned before, we have the very cool current indicator here. ZOTEK actually calls that the current gear indicator light, and that is on any current mode you select. As long as you're in current, that is going to come on. All right, let's try some current. Already 1.4 amps is where we're at. Let's see how high we can go. Now this goes up to 20 amps, where we're not going to be able to get there today on this GVD power supply. But 4.6 amps, 4.63 coming in as 4.7, up and away, 7.68 coming in as 7.8, just a tad high, and 9.4 coming in as 9.7, so a little on the high side. Now let's see if we have that high current alarm. And we do. Good stuff, ZOTEK. Bring it back down. Looking good. Now, one of the interesting things as well, look at that display. You'll see here it says, don't input voltage. On the display as well, it reads, don't input voltage when you're in current mode. Just telling you that, hey, man, keep it on the current slots. Good idea. And if you like to test your transistor with your multimeter, you can with the ZOTEK. You've got to put a little bit of pressure on it, though. If you don't put pressure, it's going to lose that contact. So a little bit of pressure, there's your gain. Yeah. Quick look at the max min, sitting at 10.3 volts right now. I'm going to invoke the max min. There we are. And let's bring up the voltage to 13 volts. Hit the max min again. So minimum was 10, maximum was 13. Easy breezy. Take a quick look now at AC volts. This is true RMS, let's not forget. 119.6 volts true RMS coming through, and at the top right, because we have that dual display, really nice. Let's invoke that backlight a little bit, shall we? 60 hertz coming in, 59.9 as the frequency, all in one easy glance. Good stuff. Next up is NCV. I'm in NCV mode right now, coming up as EF, and here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So we have an audio as well as a visual indicator with those gorgeous looking LEDs. Oh man, that is sweet. Oh yeah. Whoa. Check it out. Wow, so we have a gorgeous dual display here. We have not only the bars, the 4 bars, giving us maximum, but we have that red indicator with the LEDs on either side of the display, as well as the audio. Oh man, ZOTEK, you knocked it out of the ballpark with NCV. So I'm going to say thus far, this has been quite an interesting meter, don't you think? Lots going on, a lot of functionality, and the performance has been pretty good for the most part. Yeah, we had the odd snafu, but hey, generally speaking, I'm pretty impressed. Didn't even have to use that rail button with the default test leads, but man, those default test leads were absolute crap in terms of continuity. Let's take a look inside. Already teardown time it is, starting off with the back of the enclosure, and pretty good quality plastics going on here. There are the connectors for those 3 AA batteries that make contact with the PCB. No shielding, hey, no surprises. Let's start off with the bottom side of the board. There was the jack inputs. They are the split variety. We have the tin, I think it's probably nickel contacts here. Soldered in okay, nothing extraordinary, but definitely they will do the job. In terms of input protection, we have 2 fuses, both on the current side. We have a 600 milliamp, 250 volt over here, and for the high current, that is a 20 amp, 250 volt ceramic fuse. That current shunt is pretty tiny, isn't it? Fairly thick, good blobs of solder holding it down as well, and we have some pretty decent spark gap protection. You know, it's okay. It's not the PCB is just how open it is. Pretty sparse. I mean, not a lot of components going on. Here is a 7130-1. That's a 30 milliamp low power LDO, aka high voltage regulator. Main IC over here is cob. Beside that, we have our piezo speaker. At the piezo, we have our microelectronics ET6621 LCD controller that is doing the pretty decent job on that LCD display. Yeah, it's not the most exciting out there, but you know what? It's pretty darn crisp, contrasty. I like it. In terms of NCV, boy, that's all they're giving us, just this tiny little slot here. I thought we'd have some sort of protrusion, extrusion, something, but no, we just have this flat little wafer here. That is for the non-contact voltage, so man, oh man, look at that. Look at the grease on that rotary selector switch. Holy, wow, that is a lot of grease, a lot of dielectric. They did a great job there. Really, really nice. That HFE slot as well. Check that out. I haven't seen that before. Whoa, good attention to detail, ZOTEK. Man, those things are just like mini skyscrapers. Like, whoa, awesome stuff. And I hope you can see that dielectric just all over there, really nicely basted. And as well, look at the soldering on those inputs. Man, oh man, those are some big blobs of solder. Those things are definitely in there for the long run. And that main LCD display has that nice embedded structure on it, so you have a surround, not just that plastic filament housing the elastomer, which is hiding right inside here, as you can see. But yeah, just you know, good attention to detail. Not going to bother taking that apart. But overall, very, very nice. Now, as well, we look at the top. I thought maybe we'd see something else for NCV, but no, that's it. That's all. There's the LED sticking out of there for the flashlight. But yeah, and the rotary selector switch itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rotary selector switch pads. That is a lot of pads on there as well. And boy, you should see the size of the balls on this meter. This meter has some big kahunas, I'm telling you. Like, those are big ones. But yeah, old school, loving it. Just wish it had a little bit more tactile feel to it. Okay, gonna put it back together. Come back with my closing thoughts. Closing thoughts on the ZOTEK ZT-980. Oh man, this is a favorite multimeter now of mine.
Favorite?
Yeah, I I really enjoyed using this. This is going to be on my bench for quite some time because, man, this is a fun meter to work with. First off, it's a great looking DMM, one of the nicest I think I've seen come out in quite a while. It just looks like a multimeter should. And man, it's pretty high quality for a cheapo. Put this in your hands and you'll know immediately what I'm talking about. Pretty nifty features, including that high current alert, or current alert in general. That is neat, and that is something that I think users new or to the genre for a long time in electronics, it's always nice to know when you're in current mode. Of course, it's not completely perfect. That tilt stand, just way too narrow for my liking. Just wish it was bigger. And let's face it, that selector switch, you know, ho-hum, honestly was a little bit better when I put it back together. Did a little tweaking, and it's just a little better, but still not a lot better. And yeah, I know that input protection kind of sucks, but on the home range, it should do you just fine. No, it's not the greatest multimeter ever, but I'm telling you, for what it is, it's pretty sweet. I don't have a price yet from ZOTEK on what this will be retailing for, unfortunately, but I know it's going to be in the cheapo zone, and hopefully it'll be at a great price. Hey, the ZOTEK ZT-980 manual ranging true RMS 6000 count multimeter gets a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, like I said, this is going on my bench, folks, because man, I enjoyed using this meter. Hey, thanks for watching this review. Everybody, to the next one, keep on testing. Alrighty, continuity is next. I'm going to hit that select button to get us into continuity. There we go. There's the Jesus usage, but it's still true, Mars. They can't even talk. Visual.